Hello and welcome to another Ninja Review. I'm your host, Ninja Jordan, and today we'll be looking at Aragami. As I mentioned in my second review, as a ninja, part of my duties is to keep an eye on ninja-related games in order to make sure they're not giving away too many of our secrets. Aragami caught my eye with its resemblance to From Software's classic Tenchu series, but I was a little concerned about its portrayal of ninja shadow magic. So let me just set the record straight. Ninjas can only manipulate shadows as a trick to the eyes. We can, in no way, teleport through them, become invisible in them, or drag you through them to a meaningless oblivion. Yes, that'll do. Originally released on October 4th, 2016 by indie studio Lince Works, Aragami tells the story of Yamiko, a captive of the Kaiho army, a despotic regime who controls the power of light. Yamiko summons the vengeful spirit of a fallen warrior, also known as an Aragami, to take revenge on the army for murdering her family and taking her into captivity. However, the plot thickens as the Aragami starts having visions of his past, and finding out who he is becomes as important as finding Yamiko. Aragami wears its Tenchu inspiration right on its ninja sleeves, or arm wraps. While the game takes a fairly linear level structure, levels themselves are fairly open, emphasizing methodical stealth gameplay. While your first instinct may be to sneak through and shinobi deathblow every guard you see, there are bonuses for not being seen and not killing any guards, adding to the strategic element further by allowing for multiple playstyles. But be warned, there isn't a ton of room for error, as the Kaiho have light-infused blades that can not only hit you from a distance, but also kill you in one shot. The main gameplay mechanic is the Aragami's ability to travel through shadows. And let me remind you, ninjas totally can't do this. Which adds a lot to this kind of game, keeping the pace pretty quick in heavily guarded areas while still requiring you to strategize. It gets more interesting when you gain the ability to create shadows, allowing you to teleport to areas not concealed in shadow. Being a creature of darkness, the Aragami must keep to the shadows, not only for stealth, but to recharge his shadow magic. Oddly, an early cutscene seems to imply that while in the shadows you become completely invisible, however, you quickly learn that this is not the case. Honestly, this works in the game's favor, pushing you to think on your feet as you quickly teleport to the shadows behind patrolling enemies, or lure guards who may think they spotted you to create advantageous positions. Each level contains a number of skill scrolls you can collect to unlock extra abilities, such as temporary invisibility, the ability to mark enemies, or kills that drag enemies into the shadows, leaving behind no trace. Aragami has a great aesthetic, albeit a little lacking in some spots. The minimalist, cel-shaded aesthetic provides a nice comic book style to the whole thing, punctuated by semi-animated, anime-esque cutscenes. The Aragami's red cloak, intricately designed to display all the necessary HUD information, provides a nice contrast to the soft colors of Japanese landscapes lit only by the moonlight, and is even more stylish when the Aragami is cloaked in darkness. Adding to this is the soundtrack that has a certain gentle quietness to it, which suits the quieter, more strategic style of stealth gameplay. While it's definitely not as polished as the kind of soundtrack you get from Sekiro, or most AAA games for that matter, for an indie game, it's well composed. Have a listen. Aragami is an interesting game, albeit a little rough around the edges. The Aragami's basic movement is slow and clunky, and his sprint is barely faster than most video game characters' average run speed. This is accentuated by the lack of an actual jump function, removing the sense of vertical fluidity you need in a game like this. Getting over short walls or jumping over small gaps does become a bit tedious when you have to methodically aim your cursor to a bit of shadowed ground. Furthermore, a few perspective changes and smoother animations could have greatly helped the game's visuals. While most animations are fairly consistent, stealth kills can be a bit clunky at times, which takes away from that aforementioned fluidity. The over-the-shoulder camera is positioned a bit awkwardly and makes the aiming reticle feel out of center from certain perspectives, and dropping to a crouch pulls the camera back rather than tightening it to the character, making it appear like you're still standing. While this may seem like a minor complaint, a low camera on a crouching character helps further create the illusion of creeping around, a fundamental element to a stealth-based game. Despite a few minor complaints, at its core, Aragami is a pretty decent game. It's a bit rough around the edges, but its heart is definitely in the right place, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It got a Switch re-release not too long ago, and it's definitely worth checking out there, since this kind of tighter, more contained ninja experience is best suited to that console. Aragami gets 3.5 ninja stars out of 5, and the official Ninja Seal of Approval. Well, thanks for watching another Ninja Review. If you liked this video, let me know by hitting that like button, and be sure to let us know what you're thinking in the comments. If you're new here and you want to see more reviews by an actual ninja, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the little bell icon to turn on notifications so you never miss a video. When I get around to posting them. But for another ninja review, this has been your Ninja Jordan. Goodbye. Okay, they should be gone now. No way anyone stuck around this long. Ninja, shadow magic.